The person authorizing slamming people up against walls, beating them, beating their heads, kicking them, depriving them of sleep for up to 11 days, sending them into psychological torture situations that are straight out of Orwell. Waterboarding, which is, I don't like that term because it sounds like, oh, waterboarding, isn't that what you do at the beach? Waterboarding is, of course, simulated drowning. I'm waiting for the memos to come out to be released by the Obama administration that talks about this is just a guess, but it's gleaned from the reports that I've read over the past 3-4 years, the up to 200 people who, let me put this in a very passive voice, who died in U.S. custody. What that means is they were murdered by CIA operatives or private contractors or anyone who happened to be involved in the torture process. Up to 200 people have been killed. O'Brien didn't even kill Winston Smith. But we do. We kill, after torturing, our detainees, our illegal combatants, or whatever euphemistic term that the Bush crime family invented. Now, Jay Bybee is a federal judge now on the appellate court, I believe the Ninth Circuit, which is in California. I think that's where this roach bastard wound up. But the astonishing thing is just the detached voice as you read the first 5 pages of the memo, this 57-page behemoth that was signed off on, Jay Bybee, Assistant Attorney General. The last line above his signature, please let us know if we can be of further assistance. Son of a bitch. I don't know about you, Truth Seeker, but truly and certainly tonight, I am ashamed to be called an American, and I would leave this country within the next 10 days if it were not for the fact that I have family here and roots to go pretty deep. I don't want to be a part of this. I just don't want to be a part of this. I really don't. Here's part of the memo. Walling, W-A-L-L-I-N-G. That's one of the torture tactics. Walling, this is what it says in the memo that J.S. Bybee wrote, who is now a federal judge, a federal appeals court judge. Walling plainly is not a procedure calculated to disrupt profoundly the senses or personality. Listen to this. Well, walling involves what might be characterized as rough handling. It does not involve the threat of imminent death or, as discussed above, the infliction of severe physical pain. Moreover, once again, we understand that use of this technique will not be accompanied by any specific verbal threat that violence will ensue absent cooperation. In other words, the torturer can't say, we are now going to slam you against a wall, and we'll stop slamming you against the wall when you decide to tell us what we want to hear. No, you can't do that. Bybee goes on, thus, like the facial slap, walling can only constitute a threat of severe physical pain if a reasonable person would infer such a threat from the use of the technique itself. Do you hear what this cockroach son of a bitch is saying? You talk about legalese. I am so sick of Republicans talking about, well, that's a trial lawyer. That's lawyer talk. What the hell is this? He goes on. Walling does not in and of itself inflict severe pain or suffering. Like the facial slap, what now, can you imagine a CIA interrogator or a private contractor slapping? Give me a goddamn break. Like the facial slap, Walling may alter the subject's expectation as to the treatment he believes he will receive. Nonetheless, the character of the action falls so far short of inflicting severe pain or suffering within the meaning of the statute that even if he inferred that greater aggressiveness was to follow, the type of actions that could be reasonably anticipated would still fall below anything sufficient to inflict severe physical pain or suffering under the statute. Thus, we conclude that this technique falls outside the proscribed predicate acts. Are you getting this? Well, I've got some more. If you want to hear it, come back after the break. I'm Mike Malloy.